I think about what I do as a doctor quite a bit. But all in all, it seems like a very far away place right now, and I don't think I'll have any problem leaving it behind. Oh, this is nice. Oh, beautiful. Lovely. Be nice just to fly. Fly across. I used to have fantasies about doing that when I was a boy. I used to lay awake at night, and at times it almost seemed like my bed was lifting up off the floor, and I'd fly out the window and go on incredible journeys. But I guess as you get older, you get more grounded. Hi there. Hey, don't be afraid. Yes. I come in peace. Brother Pine. You got a nice spot here in the rocks. Real nice. Come here often? Birds are singing. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Nature's champagne. Going down hills, I was getting a lot of stiffness and pain in my knee, and that was a little frightening because it was I'd never had pain like that in this particular knee before, and I found that by just adjusting my gait a little bit and walking with my foot turned out, that I was really able to reduce the pain that I was feeling as I was going down. Cross stream. Great. Just a few steps ahead. I say, where do I put my pack? I say, where's the kitchen? Where's the living room? But most important, where are we going to put the bedroom? I say, we're here. I say, let me get my shoes off. Now, need my pet dog to bring the slippers and the evening newspaper. And my doting wife to bring in a nice cold lemonade. And my lovely children to quietly tell me what they did today. This is what happens when you're not careful about where your water supply is coming from. I found this in the creek this morning. It was supposed to be instant pudding, but much to my dismay, it turned out to be quite the opposite. Now, it might just be that some gypsy moths got in there too, I don't know. But it sure is something that only a camper would eat. Not bad though. A little chunky. Yeah. Well, we're off. It's a beautiful morning. Oh, that feels better already. I've discovered today that the socks that I'm wearing are too thin, and I'm starting to get some blisters on my feet, and I'm going to apply some a cushioned adhesive here right over the sore spot in an effort to just take a little bit of the shock out of each step. Actually, I wish I had a big piece of this so I could just put it all over the bottom of my foot. And I already have tried putting on a second pair of socks, but my boots aren't quite big enough to let me wear two pairs of socks together. So we'll just keep on making do with what I got here. I'm still having a good time. I don't care about the gypsies. I don't care about the mosquitoes. I don't care about the fact that I haven't had a soda for 2 days. This is great. Great stuff. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woo. Yeah. That's great. Excellent. Excellent. Wind whistle in. So that's the place. This building was the casino of the Grand View Hotel, built in 1890 and burned in 1898. It had 2 bowling alleys, shuffleboard, pool tables, and a dance floor. A lot of ghosts around here, I'm sure. Just wonder what it was like to have a good time back in those days. I'm sure they did have good times, but I almost wish I could have traveled back then and to hear their music and to try to get on some of the conversation, some of the little jokes that they were making, and probably wouldn't understand any of it. Which way? Which way now? Nice cool foot pond would be nice. My feet are hot. Real hot. Well, first question is, where do I put the hammock? Our next camp. You keep me hanging on. All I wanna do is crash. But here I stand in pain, ready to eat once again. I may never walk again. Lead me to my home. Oh. Of course, we'll probably get drenched. I haven't quite reached the halfway point yet, but it's coming up pretty close. I think the next few days are going to be a real test. Test of my ability to withstand discomfort, and a test on just my willingness to get to the end of the trail. It's starting to rain right now, and so I'm beginning a frantic scramble to get all the little things that are laying around the ground here inside the tent, and then I'm going to crawl in my sleeping bag and wait for the storm to come. And I'll emerge from the tent, who knows when. Sometime tomorrow, I hope.
All in all, I'm feeling pretty good. Real well fed, relatively dry, and ready to tackle another 10 or 12 or maybe even more miles today. Just depends on whether or not, just depends on when the sun goes down, I guess. Onward. See, I'm even walking better. This is how I was walking last night. But this is how I'm walking this morning. Nothing like a good night's sleep. Even if it does rain all night. Rain just makes it real restful. Real restful. So, let's go.
I haven't thought about work at all. I'm here. It's there. There's a lot of miles between us. I'm thinking about my old girlfriends. I'm thinking about the times that when I was young and carefree and youthful and just was full of testosterone and lust. Just think about a lot of old times, a lot of good old times, a lot of times that I really can laugh about now, and believe me, I need to be doing all the laughing I can these days.
Very fine. Kettle Creek Vista. Yeah, that's the Loyalsock Creek Valley way out there, and we're looking, I guess, down Kettle Creek. That doesn't really look like there's any water in there, though. Maybe just a little bit. Notice how I'm using my walking stick as kind of a windshield wiper for the bugs. Really, it's quite handy. Just sort of keep your hand down and going up to the mountain. I ain't coming back till morning. Going up, set my soul free. I ain't coming down till day. Hey, you got some moleskin on you there.
You want the skin or the foam?
Oh, the foam would be nice. Thank you very much. You sure your feet are in okay shape?
Oh, yeah.
Yours too? Mine aren't.
Besides, we'll be getting out tomorrow, so I don't know.
Well, I appreciate this very much. You enjoy the rest of your trip. Thank you very much. God bless you. You might be interested to know that you just treated a doctor.
Really?
Yeah. For what it's worth.
My Savior lives inside me.
All I gotta do is set him free. My Savior lives inside me. All I gotta do is set him free. I'm going up to the mountain. I ain't coming down till morning. Going up to the mountain. Ain't coming back till day.
I was in tears for a few moments there. I was filled with joy. I was filled with pain. I was filled with relief. I was filled with just an overwhelming sense of who I am in this world and who my Creator is. And I just was feeling very thankful and very overcome with emotion. A lot of different emotions, like I said. I felt like a little boy. Felt like a little boy that needed to be taken care of. And I'm just so happy that I have someone to care for me. There's a lot of people that care for me. Just really thankful for them all.
Well, this morning we're getting an earlier start today, about an hour earlier. We got some gray, light gray skies here. In contrast to yesterday, it was a fairly dry morning. We spent the night sleeping with our heads out of our tent. And woke up feeling real good and ready to go. Yeah. Hope to see some sunshine today with the waterfalls that we have ahead. Seems to be, according to Trail Guide, a number of very fine falls in the near trail future here. And so we shall see what this day will bring.
my feet feel much better today. So I still hurt a little bit when I walk, but it doesn't seem like that the pain in my feet is where my focus is anymore. My focus is more on the hike and on the day, and what I'm doing and what I anticipate doing next. I know that my senses are sharper that way in terms of just being able to look ahead and to look where I'm going to be walking. And I think I have been able to pick up little sounds and sights in the woods too a little better than I was a few days ago.
Well, this tree is providing shelter for the moment. And it seems like this storm is just going to be a little sprinkle. So, I guess rather than interrupting my rhythm, my pace going up this ascent, I'm going to just continue on. This here's the place. Place to once again rest my weary bones.
Ordinarily, when I'm away from my daily routine like this, I do think quite a bit. I haven't really been doing much thinking as far as trying to find answers or trying to find solutions to things. I'm doing more living than I am thinking. Just taking it all in. I'm letting the raindrops from the trees just kind of fall on me. Kind of listening to the sound of the water of the stream that's just off to the right. And I'm feeling the nice soft pad underneath my back and getting whiffs of my smelly boots up by my head. I'm just taking it all in.
This morning, we slept through a early morning rainstorm. Got up, everything was all wet again, but the rain stopped and we did have a few moments of scattered sun showers and blue skies, which have now disappeared. Hopefully not for the rest of the day. And we're going to continue on to ascend to the Loyalsock Canyon Vista. And hopefully there will be clear skies ahead for us at some point along the trail. moss on here is fantastic. You can almost see writing on the walls.
I feel great. I feel stronger every day. I could do this until October. We were at the park at World's End. I'm not sure who started talking to who first, but turned out that he was there with not a whole lot to do, and he seemed real interested in what we were doing, and before too much longer, why we invited this fellow to come along with us, and found out his name was Dave, and that he liked to wear white clothes, and that he was actually known as the White Knight. And I told him that my trail name was Trashman, so Trashman and a White Knight went off hiking together. And he had 4 pairs of socks on his feet. He didn't have proper shoes for hiking, but he was going to go hiking no matter what. And once we hit the trail, why, it just seemed as though he had been set free to experience the day, and he was able to just put down a lot of the troubles and the burdens that he had come to the park with. And it was just a real treat to see how ebullient he was as we started climbing up the rocks with our gear, and him in his stocking feet.
All right. Here we go. This sure is pretty.
Mm-hmm. I have that window in my bedroom.
Uh-huh.
First, the shoes come off. Gently. This is the moment my feet have been waiting for all day. Ever since the boots were put on this morning, actually. But they're saying, oh, that's not too bad. Smelling real good. Next, my sleeping socks, just to keep my feet warm. I'm going to keep my sleeping cap on as well. Have my pillow here. And it's in the sack I go. All right. Good night. I slept real poorly. Real poorly. First of all, my sleeping bag, because it was so damp, was just stuck to my body, and I just couldn't move freely in it. And secondly, even though it looked like I pitched the tent at a nice level spot, actually it was on an incline, and I felt like I was going to roll into this waterfall any moment. And then the noise of the waterfall really started to take on a character of its own, to the point where I started to hear voices and people singing, and it sounded like they were having a big party down here. And then we started hearing some strange sounds in the woods. I guess it was an owl. Real eerie sounding. And then my camping buddies started telling ghost stories on top of all that. And well, I tell you, it just was a real restless night in the woods. Real restless. While I was drifting off to sleep, I heard something start to get into our cooking pots. I thought, oh no, Here come the raccoons. But after I got my flashlight and shone it out, well, I couldn't see anything. So I tried to go back to sleep again and started hearing the pans rattle again. So I figured, well, if I'm going to get any sleep tonight, I'm going to have to put that stuff away. And ended up putting my boots back on and going out, gathering up all the stuff I'd left scattered around and put it up on the hammock so it'd be out of reach of whatever was trying to get at it. I guess it was a mouse, after all. I started to bark it away. That's my wild animal sound. Sounds like a little neurotic Pekingese, doesn't it? But morning finally came. The owls stopped hooting. Whatever party was going on down here at the falls, they all went home. And I guess the mouse went back to bed too.
I can hardly believe that it has gone by so fast. The time has gone by so quickly. So many experiences that have occurred over the past few days. It's going to take me a couple weeks just to sort it all out. I'm looking forward to seeing my family, of course, and fortunately I won't have to get right back to work. I still have some days of vacation left to gradually re-enter my previous and future life, but I just feel a little saddened that this is going to be quickly coming to an end. But I look forward to what's left of the trail, and look forward to that moment where I can truly drop my pack and jump in the shower.
All right, kids. All right. That's great.
My life goes on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear a real, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Above the tumult
and the strife. I hear its music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing?
This is it.
All right.
Great. I did it. I did it.
So how do you feel?
I feel great. I really do. The first 3 days, I have to admit, were a bit grueling. The last 3 days were terrific. But it was an experience every step of the way. Every step of the way. Anxious to put on a different kind of shoes. Anxious to get some real food in me for a change, and anxious to start hitchhiking so we can call up my wife Helen, and so she can come and pick us up. But at the same time, I'm a little sorry to leave this all behind. But you got it all down. I'll be able to see the reruns.